Nuggets had just won, so we were looking for a newspaper.
Happiness was in the air on an afternoon in June in Denver.
Yeah, we signed the lease, checked out our house, did a walkthrough and everything, loved it.
Stephan Long and his family were in separate cars coming back from their new place. He was alone in the car ahead, his wife and young kids in the car behind, when another car approached along I-25.
I was attacked, and yeah, that's about as far as I can go into about the case.
An affidavit for Long's arrest fills in the blanks his attorney won't allow him to fill. It says he told officers two men in that car pulled up beside him, started yelling at him, pulled in front and cut him off, stopping right on the highway near 8th Avenue. Long told investigators that day the passenger in that car got out, walked up to him, and started hitting and grabbing Long through his open driver's window.
Scared in that moment, just fearful. Didn't know what could happen to me, didn't know what their intent was.
So Long pulled out a gun and shot that man. And as he tried to drive off, Long told investigators the other man grabbed onto his window. Long then shot that man and continued to drive away.
It was fight or flight, and I did both, so it's just a scary time for me.
Long says that he drove toward a family member's house nearby, where Denver police officers found him moments later and arrested him. Prosecutors would charge him with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Incarcerated for 5 months, lost time for my 8-month-old son, and he was 3 months at the time.
Last month, Long was able to post bond. In his first interview since the shooting, he insists he was defending himself when he killed those 2 men.
I could lose my life that day and not be able to be here and raise my kids.
Outside of a few traffic tickets, Long had no criminal history before this, and the gun he had on him, he says, was legally registered.
Just for protection, and me having 2 kids to look after and a wife to take care of, and I took a basic firearms course in college as well, so just after getting my education on firearms.
He's always been just that calm person, and I didn't understand why this happened at all.
Long's sister, Sierra, and his family have spent the last 5 months fighting the charges against him.
I always wonder what was going through my brother's mind. Like, I know he was scared.
They've gone before Denver City Council.
Stephan had the right to defend himself
And enlisted the help of advocates.
I still believe this is a clear-cut case of self-defense.
Advocates like Alexander Landau with the Denver Justice Project, who point to another case in Denver earlier this year, when a white man tracked down a 12-year-old black boy who stole his car, went against 911 dispatchers' advice not to approach him, shot and killed the 12-year-old, then claimed self-defense. He was never arrested or named in the media.
When you look at those 2 cases alone, I can't help but assume that there is a double standard being practiced here.
His question echoed in a letter sent to Denver DA Beth McCann last month, signed by a majority of Denver City Council, who wrote they want to ensure there isn't a double standard being exercised. In the following days, prosecutors dropped one of the murder charges against Long.
And I ask, how much pain, how much violence does a black man have to endure before it's okay for him to claim self-defense?
Long is now at home, reunited with his family, bound by an ankle monitor, still fighting that one murder charge, and understanding the tragedy of it all.
I could definitely understand where the other family is coming from. I have lost people, my family, to violence, so this wasn't that type of situation. So, I was never the aggressor. I never, tried to go out my way to hurt anyone. So.
Spokesman for the Denver District Attorney said the office won't comment on this case because it's still pending. I also reached out to family members of the 2 men killed, haven't heard back. According to an affidavit, an undercover Denver detective witnessed the shooting and then followed Long to where the officers could arrest him. He told me that he didn't call for help right away because he was scared, trying to get his family to a safe place. He blames that reaction on fight or flight and the nature of this whole situation. So a lot of questions about this, what happened, but he's claiming that he was under attack and had no choice in that situation. He even says that before it all started, he tried to get away kind of on an emergency lane and was trapped in there and just kind of stuck in this situation. Wasn't sure what else to do and did what he did.
I mean, given where it happened, and most of us remember this pretty well, would it help if more people came forward, if they had more witnesses? Would it paint a clearer picture of what happened?
Yeah, I mean, certainly. So there was this detective there. It's still kind of unclear what that detective actually said in a sworn statement to police. We only have that minor affidavit that says what Stephan said in those moments after the arrest. But it would certainly help if there were more people who witnessed what happened going into this that could come forward.
Did McCann, I know responding to pressure, but did she ever say specifically why drop one charge and leave the other? That's kind of confusing.
Still kind of out there. I'm trying to figure that out right now. We know that that letter that came from City Council to the district attorney, the council president told me that she responded by saying she was still reviewing the case at the time, and then just a few days, about a week later, one of the charges was dropped. Another court hearing in this case coming up on November 30th.
Okay, well, stay on it. We know you will. It's really interesting, and we had not heard anything on that other side, really, other than Mom at City Council, which was important. All right, thank you, Steve.